camera is ready to roll. So black, you guys, black camera is ready to roll.
Pasó un mes para que yo me enterara de esto, de que estaba condenado.
Mi amiga Wendy era novia de Héctor y se puso como loca, histérica, al ver que estaban golpeando a Héctor y nos estaban golpeando a nosotros. Quiso golpear a un policía con las manos, le empezó a golpear. Entonces, eso fue mucho rato, ¿no?
It was a long time ago, and I hope that many things changed for better, because there were many things that were very difficult and harsh for people whom I met, people who are doing research on all those issues, from whom I was learning the social situation in Tijuana at that time.
De que lo estuvieron golpeando, a nosotros nos golpearon y a ella la subieron un policía la agarró y la subió a la patrulla.
So what I remember, my life has changed, the world is changing, but it was pointed to me that the main reference here to the issues that I should be concentrating on were maquiladora assembly plants. Many of them at that time were built here along the border, especially here in Tijuana. I did see those buildings of those assembly plants with the banners soliciting new workers. The banner was straightforward, saying girls only. Most of the workforce, maybe almost all of the workforce, were very young women. I did learn that was a major, not only workforce, but also economical force for the city. There was some advancement for them, but also conditions of enslavement and horrifying relations at workplace, that is treatment by managers, by all the rules and regulations that really deprive them of the basic human rights and conditions of work. And then I learned that there was an organization called Factor X. I gradually learned that what was happening in the center was not only help, also it was those meetings basically became self-help post-traumatic stress. The places and time in which those women could meet and share their problems and experiences related to the abuse, violence, was coming from the factory work, but also family situations, abuses from husbands, but also violence from police, and all kinds of issues that made their life quite traumatic here. It's also clear that just because we arrived here with the project, and I introduced the possibility of engaging La Bola in this project with their voice and faces. I did show the previous work in Krakow, which was the first one in which people were speaking through, not a real time, but with pre-recorded mode, speaking through the façade. I did not mention that it could be real time. It was all at that stage planned to be based on pre-recorded testimony. development of trust, it has taken some time. So the project and myself could be eventually trusted enough. So the potential collaborators would actually join the process of recordings. So this was a complicated process, and I could elaborate this. But in short, Carmen, who is directing Factor X, eventually developed her own trust towards myself and the project, so she could support the engagement, involvement of her clients into this project. I was here many times, but at the very first days and times I was here was about learning various dimensions of violence and trauma through the experience of those maquiladora workers.
Entonces nosotros pues estábamos, bueno, Rocío y yo estábamos muy nerviosas y vimos a Héctor tirado en el piso.
It became in real time, but I did not reveal this hope immediately. First, the equipment that we designed, stabilizing the image of face. Even if during the recordings people were moving their heads, it was a headpiece, so the camera position in relation to face was fixed. So natural movements related to speaking and expressing oneself were not affecting the visual connection between outline of the façade and face.
Que dijéramos la verdad y nos estuvieron interrogando toda la noche, desde las 10 de la noche que llegamos hasta las 7 de la mañana.
Even before we started to test it here on the ground of Sekut. So as far as I remember, that possibility of speaking in real time came as a natural consequence of this, but as a supplement and complement to the material that was pre-recorded. It's a kind of cultural armament. So it's a professional media kind of prosthetic device that helps the person to be enlarged and be seen as integrated with prestigious monuments, so as the person would be almost wearing this monument as a mask to speak in a more legitimate voice. The person is actually physically facing the public. This real time is a possibility of engaging into more improvised exchange of ideas and experiences in front of the public, plus, as I mentioned, engagement of some members of the public in this process. So the public space become real space for events, projection as an event in the sense that we don't know the actual outcome of it, that what will happen is not in anybody's control or prediction. So that's something very special. Again, as long as it's combined with pre-recorded process.
Es lo último que voy a permitirte. Nunca jamás vuelvas a gritarme. Óyelo bien, nunca jamás.
But the question then whether it is a Wodiczko project or so-called participant project or Sekut project or inSITE Festival project, that this question should not be formulated, as Derek Winnicott, psychoanalyst, would say. You don't formulate even this question. It should be open. So whether this is me who is speaking through La Bola, or it's La Bola speaking, and I am helping in it, whether it's really my face or my face is not visible because it's distorted by the building, those questions should not be really asked. It has to stay flexibly open to various interpretations And that is the real value of this symbolic environment engaged in project like this.